The studio lights blazed across the stage of the Kelly Clarkson show, and the audience erupted in cheers as Wahlberg stepped out with his signature, confident smile. Dressed sharply, relaxed yet powerful, he waved to the crowd while Kelly welcomed him warmly. At first glance, everything seemed perfectly normal. Another Hollywood star promoting his latest blockbuster. Kelly Clarkson leaned forward with a playful grin. "Mark, you've been called one of the most disciplined men in Hollywood. Is it true you wake up at 3:30 a.m. every day?" The audience laughed. Mark chuckled too, nodding. "Yeah, that's right. Early mornings, workouts, family time." But Kelly didn't stop there. "Some people say that schedule makes the rest of us look lazy," she teased, raising an eyebrow. The crowd roared. Mark's smile stiffened just slightly. "I don't judge anyone. It's just what works for me." There was a subtle shift in the air, almost invisible, but noticeable to those paying attention. Kelly pressed on, flipping through her cue cards. "There have also been rumors that you're a bit intense on set. Co-stars say you expect everyone to match your energy." The laughter this time was thinner. Mark leaned back in his chair. "I expect professionalism," he replied calmly, but his jaw tightened. The camera zoomed in, capturing the tension building like static electricity. Kelly, known for her candid style, smiled again. "Well, some might call that intimidating." The audience grew quiet. Mark's eyes locked onto Kelly's. Intimidating? Or committed? A murmur swept across the studio. Producers behind the scenes began exchanging uneasy glances. What started as light banter was morphing into something sharper, something real. Kelly tried to pivot, but the moment had already taken on a life of its own. "Let's talk about your new film," she said quickly. But the spark had already been lit, and no one in that studio realized how quickly things were about to escalate. The interview continued, but the energy had changed completely. The playful tone was gone. What remained was a careful dance of words, each sentence feeling heavier than the last. Kelly attempted humor again. "You're known for being very outspoken about your faith and values. Has that ever caused friction in Hollywood?" Mark's expression hardened. "Why would it cause friction?" he asked, his voice steady but cool. "Well," Kelly replied, shifting in her seat, "this industry can be sensitive." The audience held its breath. Mark leaned forward. "Are you suggesting that standing by your beliefs is controversial?" "No, not at all," Kelly said quickly. "I'm just asking if you've ever felt judged." A long pause. "Everyone feels judged," Mark said finally. "But I don't come on shows to defend who I am." Gasps echoed faintly. Backstage, a producer signaled to cut to commercial. But before the transition music could play, Kelly added one more line, one that would ignite everything. "Some critics say your past controversies still follow you. Do you think you've fully moved on from them?" The temperature in the room seemed to drop instantly. Mark's eyes narrowed. "We agreed this interview was about the movie." Kelly's smile faded. "It is, but viewers want authenticity." "Authenticity?" Mark repeated. "Or headlines?" The crowd shifted uncomfortably. He removed his microphone slowly, deliberately. "I'm here to promote hard work and growth," he said, "not to rehash decades-old mistakes." Kelly tried to interject, but Mark stood up. "This isn't what we discussed," he added firmly. And then, in a moment no one expected, he walked off the stage. The audience sat frozen. The band stopped playing. Cameras scrambled to adjust. Kelly remained seated, visibly stunned. Within seconds, the show cut to commercial. When the show returned from break, Kelly Clarkson addressed the audience alone. "Well," she began with a nervous laugh, "that was unexpected." Social media had already exploded. Clips of the tense exchange spread like wildfire. Headlines screamed about a heated clash and a dramatic walk-off. Backstage sources whispered that Mark felt blindsided by the line of questioning. His team had reportedly set clear boundaries about avoiding sensitive topics. Producers, however, insisted nothing was off-limits on live television. Fans quickly divided into two camps. Some defended Kelly, praising her for asking tough questions and refusing to sugarcoat the truth. "That's her job," many argued online. Others sided with Mark, saying he had every right to leave if the conversation crossed agreed boundaries. By the end of the day, both stars were trending worldwide. Later that evening, a statement from Mark's publicist surfaced. explaining that he had been caught off guard by unexpected topics, unrelated to the film, and chose to step away respectfully. Kelly, on the next episode, subtly addressed the controversy again. "Live television is unpredictable," she said. "But conversations matter." The tension between transparency and respect became the central debate. Was it a journalist's duty to ask difficult questions, or should agreed limits be honored? Weeks later, insiders claimed there were no hard feelings, just a misunderstanding amplified by cameras and headlines. But for those who witnessed that electrifying moment live, one thing was certain. It was a reminder that even in polished Hollywood studios, emotions are real, pride is fragile, and one unexpected question can change everything. And somewhere behind those bright stage lights, a single interview became one of the most talked about walk-offs in daytime television history. The clash may have lasted only minutes, but its echo lingered far longer.